This story starts with the tree, the mango tree that saved Gilberto and Cheryl Suarez's life.
Thank goodness for the mango trees.
It was Father's Day. Gilberto Suarez was reaching for mangoes for a family gathering.
He fell, broke his hip, shattered his wrist, congestive heart failure. The next day, they airlifted him out of there.
He would spend weeks in the hospital, and when Hurricane Irma ripped across his home on Big Pine Key, because he had rehab, he was with his son in Coral Springs.
All the storms that came through, they only left for one storm, and who knows what would have happened.
An understatement.
I woke up the next morning, and I was looking at Facebook like normal, and I just saw the video. I was like, wow, couldn't believe it.
We just stumbled across this, what's left of a house.
You have your heart there. You have all your belongings. You know, for my parents to lose everything, it was hard.
I don't see anybody around here. It was one of the first reports from the Keys. By sheer chance, we had turned onto their street.
It was sad. It was very sad. I mean, I worked so hard as a teacher to save the money to build, to pay for my building, my home, where I raised my children, and they had nothing. All gone.
And they were not alone. For so many who live in this paradise, the risk had finally caught up to them.
I think for the people that have been through this, this is one of those life experiences. I'm not sure the people that went through the storm will ever truly be over it.
9 months after the hurricane, much of the lower Keys is still struggling.
This is Big Pine, but this damage goes on down the Keys for another 20 miles.
Monroe Emergency Manager Director Marty Centerfit says those lucky to have an insurance check are not much further along than those without. The hardest thing to come by is a contractor.
And so now they're being put on waiting list of up to 2 to 3 years. And the whole time they're living in a travel trailer in their driveway, and they're just waiting for this misery to end.
The further south you travel in the Keys, the more travel trailers you find, even outside homes that seem perfectly fine.
Mold has become the worst enemy of the Florida Keys.
With thousands of residents now living in trailers, Centerfit is concerned.
Even a tropical storm is going to create a much greater hazard for us here in the Florida Keys because we've got people that are in such at-risk dwellings.
He says Irma taught them a few lessons. First, the electrical main lines took a direct hit from a Category 4 storm and survived.
We're turning a corner here. We're learning how to build appropriately. We still have a ways to go.
Second, the process for returning home post-storm needs to change. He's rolling out a survivor training course. Those who take it will get to return first.
They come in almost as a responder instead of a civilian.
And lastly, Centerfit believes the Conquay, a resilience to ride out the storm no matter what, is changing.
You live on a property like this and you say, wow, look at how close the water is, with a positive connotation. After Irma, you look at it and with a certain level of fear in your voice, you go, wow, look at how close the water is. It changes your outlook. It changes your reality of what you're facing here.
For many, reality is too much to bear. It's estimated between 10 and 20% of the Keys residents have left.
It was impossible for us to go back.
Including the Suarez family, with just a suitcase of clothes to their name.
Tamarack is very different.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, it is. It's a nice retirement community, and we just feel at home here. We play shuffleboard twice a day. We walk.
While they may be more than 100 miles away, you can see the conch is still very alive here.
We miss the water, but we have the lake here. We have our plants. So there's a lot of substitutions that are very upscale here for us.
Gil has plans to one day rebuild the family home.
That's the question. It's not if, it's going to be when.
A place where the kids and grandkids can connect and eat mangoes from the mango tree that saved Grandpa and Grandma's life.
He'll tell the kids, see the tree? Be careful.
To this day, they do not know what started the fire in the Suarez home. They only know that the fire started after the storm had passed. The 2017 hurricane season taught us a lot about construction. Newer homes seem to fare better in all of this, but the older homes, they didn't stand a chance, especially against all of the water. One can hope this 2018 season is more forgiving, especially as folks are rebuilding here in the Florida Keys. In the Florida Keys, I'm David Sutta, CBS 4 News.